Welcome back, guys, to Forgotten World Adventures. It has been a really long time now, it feels like. We get together here with a bunch of friends, and we play D&D. We are coming back after a bit of a break. I think we probably stand to do some overview to start off, yeah? What has happened so far? The road so far.
I told somebody off, and that's the last thing I remember.
So, you guys, after... Alright, so after you guys helped out the shopkeep in Orsina, he actually offered you a place that like his old place, and it happens to be through a magic door that connects between Orsina and Iskalid. You guys have set up shop there now. Well, you're working on setting up shop and kind of getting things put together. As you spent that first little while, as you spent your first night officially in the. As you spent, are we having a problem technically?
No,
not a problem.
I had a question technically.
So he was asking a technical question because he's watching the
The little fader bar response bar thingy.
Cool. In that first night that you spent, Key had a really horrible experience. As his bond seems to be growing and wearing on him more and more. He had at one point attained this thing that we have kind of got to know as the Bloodfeather Veil. You guys don't really know much about it as characters.
I had it, and then I lost it.
He lost
never
it.
Had the chance to gain it back.
Except you did. Except you did.
I never gained it back, except for this one I did.
Right. So in the vision that he had overnight, he murdered some people. Right. But when he woke up from this vision, he had his Bloodfeather Veil activated, which can only be activated after actually killing someone.
No.
Yeah.
I have to kill someone to keep it on. To activate
well,
it just takes an 8-hour ritual.
Oh.
8-hour ritual and half your HP, if I remember.
Well,
right.
66
yeah,
damage.
it requires.
To keep the veil, I have to.
It requires death to keep it.
To keep it on.
Right.
And I lost it because we didn't kill any.
Right, you hadn't killed anyone up to that point.
We didn't do any fighting for a time, so I lost
Right.
it.
We need to give you an ant farm.
Say your 8-hour ritual requires blood anyway. So, yeah, it's bad.
I mean, I'm down to 36 out of 51.
Yeah. Also, while you guys were out and about that day before spending that night there, you went and we had some people that went and did some investigation to find some different things out. We wanted to learn about the different situations around town. You guys were trying to learn more. Sorry, guys, just grabbing my card with information on it. Let's see. On the religion end of it, we had Mittens looking into some things and found out that the Inner Flame has closed off any work with any of the religious sects. They are not producing anything for them at this point. Politically, when you guys have kind of dug into that, that was through him. Found out that the Inner Flame has retracted all of its representatives from any of the meetings and things that they normally are supposed to attend.
I smell heresy.
And in the black market, for you,
Yep.
there are a lot of routes that are being changed.
Right. That one was going around specifically that area, right, where the Yawgmoth are.
Right. There's routes that have been changed, and there it's weird. Like there's something going on, but no one there's it's very dangerous, but we don't have 100% of understanding why. And then, as far as underworld stuff, there is a bounty for 1 billion heavy crowns.
Which are essentially platinum, but in gold.
Yeah. There's a bounty that they have someone's head, but they haven't, unless you are willing to go and get the bounty. They didn't give any more information on this. So those are the things that you kind of picked up when you went about town.
Absolutely a trap.
That's a fake amount of money, is what it is.
That's a fake amount of money. There's no such thing.
That's a made-up number.
That's something I would say.
That doesn't exist.
Next time on 1,000 Ways to Die in Dryad.
Yeah. All right, so you found those things out that were going on. You also went to go look into the Descendant, right?
Mm-hmm. And if you recall, as soon as they mentioned the murders happening by the university, I just left.
Exactly. So in the morning when that happened, you ran because previously you had found out that he was studying some things. You talked with him. There's a statue that seems to be driving some people a little bit bonkers. And he's doing his best to try and make observations without getting himself in too much trouble.
Yeah.
You had a bad nightmare that night as well after just being in its presence.
Mm-hmm.
And that morning when everything went down, you ran off to try and see what was going on.
Yeah, you guys finally saw my Tome of Shadows.
Yeah, he showed you guys. He showed you guys what was going on. He kind of opened up to you guys.
It's funny because it's a book.
It's a book.
Right. As well.
Yep.
Anyway. Also, I know Shalia is not here with us tonight. Sad, but she was having a hard time. You guys went through that ritual to basically keep her from being able to be tracked by the Yagamoth because she had a thing connected to her heart magically, and they ripped out the heart and replaced it with the Heart of Fire. It's changed her physically to an extent, and also even morally. She is different. The way she thinks and sees things now has changed just due to the magic of this thing in her heart. Well, her new heart.
As you would guess by the fact it's a Heart of Fire, her alignment is now chaotic fiery.
Chaotic fire.
Spicy.
Chaotic spicy. I like that. Is it spicy? Oh, anyway.
It's a spicy meatball.
No, so she's been kind of down. She's been kind of a bit pulled back with all that, and just not exactly fully sure of everything with it. In the morning when you guys wake up, she is not there. She has left. You guys do not know exactly what that's all about.
Uh-oh.
Shalia yet again has
Disappeared.
He does, but no one else does.
So.
Well, 2 elves down, 2 more to go. I mean,
Yeah. You got 3 elves, right?
well, no, because he ran off.
Oh yeah, he
Shalia
ran off. Yeah.
Lucky you, I did.
You also have issues going, Nero.
A lot of issues. but continue.
The boy that you've kind of taken on and fathered, kind of, the one that you've supported,
Adopted, essentially. But
yeah, has disappeared on you
after getting stabbed.
after having that stab wound.
He's not having a good year.
Yeah, he's not having a good year. So we're still trying to figure some of that stuff out, where in the world he's gone off to. Yeah, fun. Let's see. Other than that, oh yeah, Rashida also made her way off with the White Staff to learn more information. And Tay.
Yes.
Calum, in the morning when you guys woke and you had your horrible dream and you guys got the knock on the door, there was actually an Order of Five Rings member that came and brought up the fact that he's like, they've heard of you guys, they've heard that you guys are trying to establish a new guild, they've had their eyes on you as you've kind of come back and forth through the city. You've already gained a reputation prior, so they went looking for you to ask for your help to investigate this, because they think that it may be connected to some of the stuff that's going on. The Order of Five Rings member also let you know that they've been waiting for you to go and speak with them.
Yes.
concerning your father and his blade. There may be some information there that you might want.
Yeah, probably.
So
I also remember asking, because they also were giving us a mission to figure out the murder. I remember asking
right, they commissioned
how
you.
much they were going to give us for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing
That's
I
where we
remember.
ended.
Yeah. 200 gold.
Okay. Okay. 200 gold.
And if there's anything that you guys end up getting from the mission, they're not going to expect you to hand over as if it's like treasure or something. If it's vital to the investigation, obviously, share the information where it needs to be shared. Mm-hmm. But if there's treasures or things that you wish to take up, then spoils are yours.
Because we still have to give some items to Erlen, because that's the
exactly
we made for the place we're staying as we.
Right, you just gotta maintain price. So magical items come at high cost. You should be able to maintain your monthly dues.
He's still a millionaire, so.
Yes, Key is a millionaire, can handle himself for a while anyway, but if you guys don't want to dig into that principle, you can keep paying the dues other ways. Erlen also did give you guys a side mission. He said if there is something that he would like, there's a gem that was kept that was kept amongst Ska'ar tribe that he would like you guys to go looking for.
He gave us a location too where we could find it.
Yeah,
He gave you a general location. Yeah.
I also told him not to feel special. I do specifically remember that much.
Also, I have a really quick question for you. Mm-hmm. You still have the gems, right? You haven't sold all yours?
I think I might have sold most of mine. Let me double check.
I still have mine.
If not, didn't we like pile our money together or something for the treasury?
No, I'm the treasurer, but you guys still have your own personal funds.
I still have 4 rubies left.
4 rubies.
My treasurer position more takes effect as we gain money from doing quests and things for the guild.
As the guild, yeah.
So it's like the money you have now is still yours,
right?
Unless you wish to donate it to the guild.
But yeah, I think I donated mine.
We had some small donations just to get the building.
Did you get the rubies appraised?
They're 1K each, I believe.
Okay. That's
what I have written down, at least.
Okay, so you got 4,000 gold in the rubies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Calum?
Yes. I still have my big fancy diamond.
You have a big fancy diamond, right? How big? It was a big sucker.
300,000 one.
Yeah.
Look at that.
When we split the money from helping.
Oh right, yeah. That's that one. Which actually reminds me, I also have a 100,000 one for some reason. Oh right, because Shili gave me part. Yeah, I remember that one.
Because most of the stuff I've been wanting to buy is worth more than the diamond I got.
Yep.
You can petition money from the treasurer.
I have diamond
Well,
dust.
I did for the enchantment. They're just like, just pay me back a different way. Keep your diamond.
I have an emerald and diamond dust.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have Gary's Book of Wonders. Yeah, I remember I gave that to you.
By the way, just for fun, since it is D&D, it is actually kind of funny since Gary Gygax made the stuff to have Gary's Book of Wonders be a thing.
Oh, that is actually If we thought about it, it would be funnier than.
It'd be funnier than the one that we have it named after.
You guys didn't think of that?
No.
No, we were thinking Gary from Pokemon.
No, I was thinking Gary because we were making. Fun of
I made a Pokemon reference and joking,
and
but
then we were thinking of Gary.
Your whole making fun of Gary and thing, but I was like, it's even cooler because of the fact that Gary made the world. It's kind of cool to have a little thing for him.
And then showed up in Futurama.
Yep. So, anyways, anybody else have any gems left over?
All my gems have been priced out. So
1 emerald.
You have 1 emerald.
I think I had diamonds left.
I don't have any of it.
Yeah, I had all my gems praised by the Sparknimlum.
Did you have yours appraised? How much is it worth again?
3,000.
3,000.
Or are we just talking about random gems rather than the ones that were given as part of the...
I got a lot of gems.
Part of payment.
I'm concerned with You guys remember when you harvested the gems out of that dead thing
Yes.
underground by the fire?
That's
by the...
why he's a millionaire.
Yeah, that's why.
I know that's why you're a millionaire.
I still have one
I'm
of
concerned.
those.
Yeah, which one?
The amethyst.
I'm pretty certain that I put.
Which
Oh,
was
great.
priced- which
And
was-
what's the amethyst doing?
It's a soul stone.
Yeah, because I had the amethyst, the champagne pink diamond, and the deep blue diamond.
I'm pretty
Right.
certain that I
I
threw.
changed it.
Did you get it appraised?
Yes, the amethyst is worth 100,000 gold.
Right.
The champagne pink I exchanged for the teardrop gem that it had the ability to cast darkness, which I gave to Shulia because it also gave the ability to see through said darkness. And then,
And the amethyst wasn't cut. It's an
It was uncut. It
it's
was
a rough yeah.
and then the blue diamond went for 10 million gold, which I have then
Right.
slowly done. And then I have 3 diamonds worth 300,000, which I got from some of these guys. 'cause
Oh
I-
wait,
What
Oh,
else
yeah, the
do we
diamonds
know
were
of that has an
300,000.
affinity for
my bad.
amethyst?
I've got a 300,000 diamond, not a
And then I have-
100,000 one.
I have 5 diamonds
Yeah, I
worth
got
1
you.
million left. And then
Slip in my mind. Bad luck.
and then
Okay, you had 3 diamonds that were worth what?
3 diamonds worth, or 5 diamonds worth,
I know, I got that one.
3 diamonds worth 300,000. They came from that one job, and then some of these guys gave it to me because I paid for the enchantment.
Right. And then the amethyst and what else?
I think I gave you my.
That's it, right? Because you have the
was
dark
a
gem
gold
that you
fund.
gave, the darkness.
Yeah, the dark blue one got for the 10 million. The champagne pink I got for the gem.
Right.
And then I just have normal currency.
Okay, cool.
besides that.
Anybody else?
Except hold on. what's the-
I'm pretty certain I gave you the one that I got from.
Yeah, that's where I got this plus 2 because I got one for you. No,
That
one
was-
for him, one for
That was intended as a guild fund, I think. I don't really need tons of money.
Okay,
I'm trying to read my
We're good.
handwriting.
I'm just checking on that. Fernando, I know you have interest in smithing a blade. You found a place to build, to work.
I wanted to go finish the blade that Credence had, the
Mhm.
rune blade.
Oh yeah, that one. I have to cross that.
Wanted to try to go and take some of. So I still have the scale shirt from one of the Agamoth assassins that I wanted to turn into basically armor components for me. Essentially, I'm building my own half plate over time.
It was a scale shirt.
Yeah, it was a scale shirt that I could
Right.
use as a scrap. And I
Yeah, you
bought a
could
bit
just
of
melt
other
it down to try and make.
materials, too. But
Okay.
essentially, I'd be making like shin guards, arm guards,
Okay.
etc. Essentially,
This is the way.
I have, one more.
Yeah.
I have a sapphire as well. Sorry, I just
Oh, you also have a sapphire.
worth 400,000 gold.
bling.
It was hidden in some of the other things, and I can read what I wrote now.
It's okay. Sapphire, 400,000.
400k. Yeah, Key has all the money.
Yeah, Key is a very, very rich bird.
But trying to make actually,
Let's
come
call
to
him the
think of
Colonel.
it, the Mandalorian style armor probably isn't too far off from in terms of how much protection
Right, right.
I'd be going for trying to build.
Yeah, it's basically half plate with some shin guards and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I like it. Cool.
But yeah,
All right.
That's me. I'm done.
Okay,
That's
cool.
my money.
Um,
Besides my.
I think I was also maybe trying to make a lance for Nero at some point, but I'm wanting to learn a little bit on enchanting first before I get into doing that.
Okay.
So that would be both a practice thing, but I think I'd want to maybe practice a little bit on making armor first before I go and.
Right. And we actually had you working on making the leaves
Mhm.
to work on your smithing. And you
Which I
did
think
very,
I
very
made-
well. You did very,
yeah.
very well and were able to accomplish what was asked of you, which gave you access to the forge. So you now have access to a forge. But before we get to play around with all of that stuff, we are going to get into this situation that you have been hired to take care of right now. We're going to start with our friend who just ran off. You're running to the university, right?
Very long intro, but
I do-
sorry guys.
There was an
Yeah.
awful lot to kind of cover. So you running back towards the university, yes?
Yes.
Okay. As you make your way to the university, heart pounding.
Yeah.
You're maybe a block away.
Mm-hmm.
and you can see out in front of the university, in the road, not like across the green. There is an awful lot of blood that's been spilled.
And none of it soaked up. Wasteful.
Gotta bring my sponge.
It's obviously like in the dirt and cobblestone and everything, but yeah, it's a mess. You can see that there are people who are trying to keep others away from the scene, while people attempt to investigate and understand what happened here. You can see a couple of the Five Rings members. Are you coming upon the scene, or are you just going to observe from a distance?
I'd probably so as I get, hold on, give me 1 second. Let me use a matter of 1 minute. 1 minute's not very long. Okay.
Spells.
So yeah, so I'm going to sort of come up and look around and try to sort of like so first off, comparing it to the dream I had, right? Like, is this the same place, like, and stuff like that? And then second off, seeing if I can glean any information from the mess that's here, you know?
Okay. So you're going to walk into the scene then to try and actually investigate into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So doing so, just coming upon it, it definitely brings back thoughts of the dream that you had. It's a very worrisome thing. Like, you're starting to remember little bits and pieces out of that dream, like the statue in the green and the quiet road scene where you can, like, the split between one direction and the other being there at the corner. The feel of that knife as it slit throats. I mean, it comes into your mind.
I saw it all from the snake's point of view.
And give me a quick survival check.
Survival?
Yep.
All right. 22.
22. Dang.
I see your
Nice
dice
roll
got
on the
better.
dice.
Nice swat to the Tauren dice.
I save. Yeah. All right. So, yes, you.
I had enough.
I
of
love
those
your
gold
Tauren dice. All right. Anyways,
Dice Joe.
pretty much.
melt them down to make something cool.
All right.
So as you look around the scene, like, the amount of blood here, it looks like a lot, right? It like, from the spread and the pattern and everything, you're like, someone was most likely bled, and, like, possibly ritualistically, purposely made to look like as much blood spread across this area as possible. She or he, like, whatever it was, because you don't have a body here.
Yeah.
That, like, they were probably opened pretty gruesomely and made to make this mess. Like, there's probably not an ounce left in that body.
Gross.
Yeah. But you can tell, like, it doesn't feel like it was a lot of bodies killed where there's a lot of sources. It feels like this came from one place and then drug out and splattered and splashed and made to be done that way. Sorry, that's really gruesome, but yeah.
I don't know why, I just keep thinking of Harry Potter.
It is what it is, right? It's Eldritch Abomination of an idol thing messing with people, so.
Right, so.
Well, Inquisitor, what are you going to do about it?
I don't have it yet.
Inquisit.
Nobody expects it. That's all I'm gonna say.
No one suspects the Eldrin Inquisition.
Anyways, so yeah, that's what you glean from that, which is pretty dang good for someone who's not really all into all that stuff most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're doing that, rest of our people here, you watch your your associate,
yes.
guild member, Fedial book it out of the place and immediately go running. He seemed very upset. Nobody went with you to go do this. They don't know what you went like.
By design.
Well, we know
Right, I understand.
We know where he went because the guy who came in told us about the university.
Right. So you can
He told us
assume
the murder.
that he went that way.
Mm-hmm.
We can assume.
Yeah.
Probably not going, oh dear, I left my stove on.
Right, exactly. wait, I live here. Yeah, so yes, you can assume he probably ran to the university. It's a bit surprising. You guys haven't seen Ferial get so worked up over something probably ever.
He seems so excited to be solving a mystery.
Do you guys know he could run?
No, I've never seen
Just
him
call
run
him
before.
Scooby-Doo. Anyway.
Usually he just vanishes and appears places. Like that's his high speed movement.
So, what are you guys gonna do given your situation?
All right. Well,
The five rings member is still there.
If a bird could be pale, I am pale.
so he's told us how much we're getting paid for this.
If a bird could be pale, he's pale, except he has a slight red, glistening
Well, not to
sheen
mention
to
he's a
his
black-
feathers.
Especially I'm a raven.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how do you
Black feathers.
like how do you
Don't
tell
change color.
anything like that? Like we can't see your skin at any point.
Exactly. If a bird could be pale, I'd be pale.
Yeah. But yes, you guys do see that Key definitely looks different. You have seen this once before, not just when he was splashing around in blood, but when he actually had the blood feather veil up.
Demon angel.
Yes, 2 people saw that.
God and somebody else.
Denial.
Anyways, other than that time, he has actually looked like this one other time. So you do know that this probably has something to do with his pact. You guys at least have a semi understanding of how that might work. So something to keep in mind that you are observing one of your own.
See, all I can remember is last week. I want to say like one of the final comments was it was like, oh yeah, and like we hope you like this as your first assignment. The last thing I remember saying was, oh we have other job offers. Don't feel special. That's all I remember saying.
Okay, well at this point, what are you guys doing?
All right, gang. Looks like we have a mystery on our hands.
Come on, Scooby.
Scooby-Doo.
All right.
All right, Scooby Key.
So I guess we'll get started on this right away. I'll be along at the reading blade at the 5 rings later.
We'll be happy to see you.
Finally, someone's happy to see you. I say, walking out the door past you.
I guess we head
Yep, we're heading to the university.
Okay, Mittens.
School.
So that was the thing, though. Was Mittens awake? Because it was only certain people that got woken up by the scream that actually went and investigated it. Because I don't remember.
No, so he was woken by the screams, but there was a dude at the door who
Yeah.
knocked, and as people have been gotten up, everyone's been woken. Shalia just never showed up.
Anyway,
So-
so I guess we go to.
While you guys are going, does anybody notice that Shalia's not with you?
That's what I was gonna say.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, Key obviously does, but he also knows,
Yeah,
so
he knows.
he may not say
Got, like,
anything.
a note under the door, just like okay.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Wait, we forgot Shalia.
No, we're good.
We're just
You're gonna wanna explain
let
that
her
one.
sleep?
No, she's not there.
Where's Turtle?
Key, you're gonna have to explain that one.
She's not in her room.
Then where is she?
All right, talk and walk.
And we're talking to walking.
Yeah, I know you're talking to walking.
Wait, you walkie and I talkie, like.
Yeah, walkie-talkie.
Anyway,
With this group, I'm kind of surprised you all can manage that. Next.
Okay, come on.
Sorry.
So I was like, yeah, Shelia has a personal thing. She
wow.
When does Shalia not have personal things to
Yeah, exactly.
say?
The question is, did she dictate her letter to you so you can now do it as like a voiceover as we're reading the letter?
No, sadly, she only wrote it. So I cannot read it to you guys.
That would be awesome.
Just have narrations.
Dear party. What am I, a messenger bird?
Yes.
Technically, you are like a dictabird.
No, because messenger birds can fly.
Oh.
Just twist that knife, man.
All right, there's another name going on a knife.
Look, I'm not saying you're a carrier pigeon. All I'm saying is I need this letter to go to this person now.
Okay.
Release the messenger tag.
Okay, so oh my gosh. So as you guys are making your way, you're discussing this. He explains at least simply that she's got something going on and she needs to figure things out before she can come back.
She'll come back when she needs to come back.
She's Sophie from Leverage.
So, as you guys make your way, you find Ferial on the scene. A few of the Five Rings have kind of spoken with him a bit, recognizing the face from the stories.
Actually, do we find you on the scene, or do you make yourself scarce? That's probably a good question to ask. Because
It depends on how long. Because if I've got enough time to...
If you spent a long time conversing back at the hall before, because he ran off.
We didn't probably spend a long time, but he was running. We were probably just walking, so he has that time ahead of us.
By the
That's
way,
true,
did
if you're just
anyone lock
walking.
the door when we left, or
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Of course we did.
put a little car fob. Choo choo.
If you're just walking there and not making it in a hurried.
Are we rushing? Are we walking? What are we doing?
I am walking.
Okay,
Not
if
like
you're
we're gonna get
walking.
any deader.
Okay.
Well, they
If,
might
you're,
come back to
if, they,
life.
if they are walking, it will actually take some time. They are quite a bit of ways behind you. You have this information. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, so I am going to sort of sneak off more or less to go see if I can find what's his name?
Descendant number
Fingall?
503.
Him. Yeah.
The professor?
The guy,
kid.
the kid.
The kid.
What?
What did you say?
Fangdal.
Kid.
Yeah, Feindal.
I said
I'm
descendant
like,
number 503.
hold on. I want to hear. Okay, yes, Feindal.
Fandal. Yes. Yes. I wanna
So you
go
wanted to find Feindal.
Yes, but I want to sort of sneak away because I don't want anybody knowing I'm going to go see him.
Okay, where are you going to find him?
Where he's located.
Got you there.
It's a good point.
Quick travel.
I guess I will go to the research place where he was keeping the idol.
Okay.
Seems as good a place to start as any.
So you head there.
Mhm.
Going to the research area in the classroom area that he had, like that office or whatever,
Mhm.
that he was actually observing this thing.
Do you want me to make a stealth roll or anything?
Are you trying to be unnoticed by the students?
Yes.
Yes, make a stealth roll.
Okay.
Natural one.
That's
Close enough.
That's a 7.
Plus?
No, that's with the plus.
Ah.
It was a 3 on the
You don't
dice.
find there's it is busy.
Mhm.
It seems that what's been going on here, it just makes for a very difficult stroll to actually be stealthy.
Well, in that case, I'll just cast Greater Invisibility.
Okay. You cast Greater Invisibility. A few people are like, "Oh!" They all freak out if someone just disappears. But at that point,
It's a mad.
it's done.
Yeah.
So, as you guys make your way, whether it is or not, it's still surprising that somebody could just be like that would when they do, right? Just going.
He
and-
operated. It's fine. I'm on a Harry
So,
Potter kick
yes, you
despite
are.
not reading or watching the movies in the last year.
So as you make your way,
I can't read movies
Um,
or watch books.
I would argue that you can watch books. It's just not particularly
You can also-
interesting.
you can also read movies. It's called subtitles.
I do it all the time.
Also not as interesting.
Hey man, anime's awesome.
I don't know.
Also, the Monty Python subtitles are amazing.
Oh no.
Like, there are some pretty funny, like,
Okay.
stressings and subtitles.
Yes. Okay, so as you make your way with the greater invisibility, here or there you bump into people with the numbers, but they just don't know where the crap is coming from.
Just an empty
Pardon
path
me.
walking through them.
As you come to the actual research area, you find your greater invisibility drops.
Alright, well,
Anti-magic circle?
I guess.
Which is specific enough to be anti-invisibility.
Because my sleep worked earlier, so.
So, you'll see.
Okay.
Well, if you want to ever learn and dig into it, you can. Crossing this threshold, you find that the greater invisibility drops. Once you get through, and you get to the classroom, you open. What in the world, guys?
I don't know. Elena and I are kind of just looking over there and asking what the heck is
These
going
guys
on.
are just over here like, you know what's funnier than 25?
26! Yeah. Okay. So you get to the classroom, or get to the office space. You open it up. You do see a bloody handprint on the doorknob, on the inside.
It's a clue.
Thanks, Tay.
Thanks, Blue.
No crap, Sherlock.
As
It's red.
I take out my handy dandy notebook.
Yeah. All right, Steve. You are now Steve forevermore. Okay, so when you open the door, you do see the bloody handprint on the inside of the knob. You also see the room itself is a mess.
Okay.
Books are everywhere. There's a lot of torn pages on the ground. There's a...
Oh, hell, Steve, the Herald of Death.
27. Anyway,
I
so
don't actually know what's happening anymore.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
me either.
No,
Burial's
to
known
be
as-
fair, the 25 and 26 thing, it was a reference to Cartoon
SpongeBob.
Network. Well, Cartoon Network was channel 25 and Nickelodeon was
Oh,
channel 26.
right. Yeah, it was a SpongeBob joke. I
So
know.
Yeah.
the joke I was making is because, Fariel's known for, he shows up and then bad things happen.
I know what you were saying.
Yeah. It's just such a weird, surrealist thing. It's like, all hail Steve, the harbinger of death, and you're just like,
Okay, so
Concerned.
I can get there. You find the bloody handprint. You also find a marking, obviously of like a shoe or something on one of the pages on the floor.
okay,
Looks muddy.
okay.
And then you also find that the statue that he'd been looking at,
It's gone.
it is shattered. It's been broken. And from it looks like the statue itself bled all over the table.
So I'm going to examine the statue a little bit. Does it look like it was hollow or anything like that?
It looks like it had yes, like it was hollowed in some fashion. It is mostly solid, but on the inside, it seems that when he broke it, it may have had a vial of something inside.
Okay.
What does statue blood look like?
It looks like blood.
Okay.
It's sap.
That's what I mean. It literally looks like he broke a statue, but it bled all over the table,
So you're
like
telling me
actual
the vial
blood.
statue had a vial in it.
Sure.
That sounded better in my head, I'll be honest.
I mean, we got the play on words. All right. Well, I guess it's time to see why. I'm gonna look at some of the pages and stuff on the floor.
Okay.
And see if there's any rhyme or reason to which ones are torn out or things like that.
Okay, I'll get back to you because at this point, now we're kind
Now,
of getting
yep,
to where these guys would get here.
Time.
You come to the scene. There are still people who are trying to keep most of the crowds away from messing with what's there. You can see one of the five rings is actually sketching and keeping
He's
making the
shocked
scene.
and he's currently making an outline.
No. He's sketching in a notebook, actually, like the scene, so that he has it there to go back to and say, okay, this is exactly how it
Over
looked.
the shoulder and see the drawing.
He is a bit taller than you, but
Is there a way I can peek over his shoulder? No.
He's got to look over his shoulder.
Key, you don't look over his shoulder, you just peek under his arm.
Pull the book down. Okay, we're good.
Set up, like, 'cause he sticks like
Is there a
this,
chance
and
I
then
could
just
see
keys
what
it
he is drawing here?
Oh yeah, that's not a big deal. Because as you guys come walking upon it, the other 5 rings members it looks as though the inquiry team has come.
Well, we are the Inquisition. Anyway, why is it every time we go somewhere there's this amount of blood there?
Is this the crime scene?
Can someone give me a pencil and paper?
If this isn't a crime scene, I don't know what it is.
I'm only
I mean,
connected.
this is a crime scene.
This is the crime scene you've been asked to.
Right, so I'm mentally only
Investigate.
connected to the party, no one else.
Okay.
And I just like, can someone give me a pencil and paper?
I thought you had like a slate or something that you carried.
No, I turned that into my Tome of Shadows.
Oh.
You got paper in there.
You can call it paper, but yeah, I guess.
Let me check and actually see if I have paper.
I'm just gonna
I'm also
hold up
checking.
like a note written on human flesh that's like, "Hey, by the way, I'm here to examine this horrifically gruesome scene, which I had nothing to do with."
Also, I don't think it'd be
Flip,
really.
flip.
I give him a piece of parchment and
I start
like
drawing
that.
what that guy's drawing using my mimic ability.
Okay,
Just
that's fine.
literally just sketch line by line, just like.
Okay, and he's like, yeah, if you need it, that's fine.
Alright.
that dry before folding it.
It's charcoal.
It's ink.
Anyone got no? Charcoal.
He gave you parchment and ink.
Parchment ink.
That's all I have.
Sand.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so
I assume you do the things you must do to do it
I
right.
basically just copy his sketch, so we now have. what
Not
he
that
has.
much of a jerk, DM. You roll it up wet. It's useless.
So now we
You're
have
nicer
we
than
have the
I
same
am.
picture of the scene that he has, so we can look back on. That's basically what I was.
Right.
And it's exactly line for line, exactly like his.
Well, good thing he is a master artist.
I'm a master mimicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a sketchy crime scene.
Okay,
The
so
body.
I don't know. I'm about to make another one. That's
we need to get a
No, we
bad
need to
joke.
lay
We
it.
need to get a bad joke jar.
Right?
right.
Just right there.
You have,
I'm
to
just-
you have to put your dice in it.
No, new rule. Your character takes 1 necrotic damage for every bad joke.
Oh.
I will die happy.
I have
Now you
an
can cry.
average of 129 hours of episodes I could go through.
not actually necrotic damage. DM damage. It just reduces your max HP.
Again, I would
Permanently.
die knowing I did the right
So,
thing.
Where's the body?
Okay. There was no body.
Yeah.
Yay!
Is there a trail of blood leading anywhere? Or is it all just centered in this location?
It's all here, but it's smattered everywhere, as though they maybe took a part here and took a part there and just did whatever with it.
It wasn't me, I swear.
And when they
But
say it's all here,
In party-
they mean
in the
it's
party, like,
all
do you know
here.
anything about this?
Yes, I would.
Well, I basically does. Is this exactly how my vision and my dream ended? In this area, in this spot, because I basically had the dream of murdering the girl.
Yeah.
Is this where it happened, or was it another?
Oh,
spot?
this is where it happened.
Okay.
You are probably just like, oh, I didn't do this.
I didn't. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Screw it. You didn't do
I
it.
have an alibi. These guys know.
I was sleeping in my room
With
that no one
witnesses.
ever saw.
It's an alibi, I swear.
So, Key, hypothetically, if you hid the body somewhere, where would you have hid it? That's Josh asking Nathan, by the way. I don't think
Right.
Nero knows this.
I don't know. Is there like loose cobblestones or anything around?
You guys can make me take 2 people, make an investigation check. We'll take the higher of the 2,
I have a plus.
as you are all
What's
working together.
investigation?
It's intelligence.
All right, -2. I want to take the next.
I have a +3.
If Josh is helping, it's at disadvantage, and we take Josh's roll. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a better intelligence than Nero does.
Oh shoot! You know.
Does anyone
I have disadvantage.
Does anyone?
Because the
beat
blood feather
plus
veil
six?
also gives me a point of exhaustion
Yeah.
when I activate it, so I have disadvantage on
I'm
ability
just gonna
checks.
roll.
Yep.
I'm gonna reach over
You just
and
roll
touch
an
Caleb
advantage.
and cast
Somebody's
guidance.
helping you.
Guidance.
Okay.
Okay.
So you gotta roll a d4.
Oh, okay.
You gotta add a d4 to your roll.
And he rolls advantage if
Does anyone want to use the help action?
Yeah, he can enroll an
help.
advantage with a help
Okay.
action. So,
It's just like
but the way we're doing this, instead, well, it's fine. You can. I generally like to have your roll and his roll, and then take the higher of the two. But it's fine. Roll an advantage.
If no one will stop me, I'll totally try investigating.
We stop you.
Good thing for that advantage. That'll be a 26.
26. Okay. Here, what you catch. What'd you roll?
6.
Nice. He's like, I found something. It's a rock. No, it's got blood on it.
Guys, don't look now, but there is blood everywhere.
All right. So not Nero, Calum, as you are working together with your team, you are able to discern some things and kind of pick some things out. Amongst the actually out here on the cobblestone in the blood, you're able to find a few hairs. You also are able to find a pendant that is in the bush near the green.
Okay.
There's a golf course here?
No, so the green does not mean just that. Man.
What kind of pendant?
So
It is-
DM damage do I take?
Won't worry about that.
Yet.
Not yet.
Don't you worry your little head.
We'll have Nathan scrub through all the punishing calculated out.
I've already gone through 15 episodes so far.
No, that's just because I didn't have my dice out yet.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair
okay.
enough. Fair enough.
All right, so the pendant is a small golden rose that has had inlaid rubies where the petals would be.
Lovely.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
There is no magic. It is a golden pin, brooch, pendant type thing. Pin, brooch, pendant. Yeah, it has a pin, so it would pin on, but it's like, yeah, it's a brooch.
The Swiss
Anyways.
made it. Can be whatever one of those things you'd
Is
like.
there any other magic in the area?
Any other magic in the area for 30 feet, right?
Oh, wait, that's Dispel. My bad.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Would I see anything interesting?
Would you see anything
True
interesting?
sight.
Yeah, 30 feet.
With true sight.
It's truly horrifying.
So yeah, at this point, no. There's no enchantment. There's nothing. There's nothing blocking. There's nothing, on another plane.
The ghost is not here.
There is a very,
His spirit
very
is gone, but
light
his stench
glow
remains.
to the blood itself.
That's not ominous.
Is it slowly being pulled towards Key?
That's weird. This blood's
No.
following Key.
Oh, that'd be so creepy.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I can't say I agree with his choice of marriage.
Some people like the iron taste.
Oh
Some
man,
people choose the marinade. Sometimes the marinade chooses.
chooses you. All right. But no, it's not moving. It's not pulling towards him. It just has a slight glow to it. It's a little disconcerting. But it's not like a spell where you would be like, oh, I'm getting this detect magic thing going on. You don't the magic that you do detect.
Yes.
The 5 rings each have
5 magical rings.
no. The two 5 rings members that are there each have a sword that is obviously enchanted in some fashion.
Okay.
It has abjuration to it. Or no, I apologize. No, yeah, it's abjuration. It's abjuration because that's yeah. Because enchantment's not enchantment in this game.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Anyways, so yeah. It does have a bit. It has a decent feel to it. They're probably pretty tough.
Okay.
The armor that they're wearing seems to have something as well to it. Not as strong that you can feel. And just their mere presence has there's no spell there, but you can feel kind of just them. They are almost a source of magic itself.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
They have gravitas.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Saying-
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I just imagine like James Earl Jones saying gravitas.
Gravitas.
Does the
Yeah.
brooch look like any sort of religious symbol or a symbol of a house in this, like a...
It's a rose.
Wasn't there an Order of
Yes,
the
but that could be
Rose
like-
night thing?
Exactly,
Yeah,
that
for,
could be like a
Freya.
symbol up for somebody's house or somebody's guild.
Yeah.
So
that was Nathan, not Key. Key would never remember
Would.
that.
no. So Freya is actually
Yeah, recognize it.
Freya is some other stuff. But yes, a rose does have some significance. There are some houses, families that may have the rose in connection with them. There is also a connection faintly to the white staff that you would know.
What was the Night Order that
Reading blade.
Caleb? Oh, Ringing Blade. Okay, never mind.
The Rosenblade.
No, just in case, I'm gonna walk around the perimeter looking for a thieves' camp. See if there's any markings.
Any thieves can't.
I know it probably wasn't an assassin, but just in case.
He finds a little note.
Give me a quick investigation roll.
He finds a little note that says some crap went
I'm
down.
gonna cast guidance upon myself.
Was not associated. Please don't ask.
I didn't do it, I swear.
Oh, that's great. Investigation.
It wasn't me this time.
8.
Nice. Sucks when you have exhaustion, right?
Hey, it wasn't on purpose.
With an 8.
I didn't do it. It was forced upon me.
I don't know. You are so accustomed to finding thieves can't in most cases. No, you don't see anything.
At least nothing related to this.
You don't see any thieves can't in the area. This is a university for the most part. There's not going to be most of that stuff going on. There could be, but it's not really.
Test answers and the like.
Test answers, love confessions, the normal.
In thieves can't.
How you keep a secret.
Hey,
You want to tell the world, but you also want to keep a secret.
those kids who work their way off the street and into the university need a place to feel safe.
They're trading test answers. Oh
Like,
my
well, I
gosh.
didn't find anything about this, but I know how to pass chemistry.
Oh, that's funny. No,
First it has to be invented. Then
chemistry's been
Alchemy.
invented.
I'd have to pass alchemy then.
Yeah.
It's like,
Anyways,
it's like, well,
so
nothing about this, but I know how to pass math class.
you don't find
A, B, B, C, D, A.
you don't find anything. You don't find any thieves can't, but you do see a marking somewhere that kind of catches you a little bit. Like there's no written like word thief can't type stuff, right? Like you do see a marking that stands out to you just a bit. It is a small jagged mark.
Please tell us it's not the slitted eye.
Yeah. Is it one of these two right here?
No, it's not.
I had to draw them just to
it's weird. It's like a scratch in the wall, but it almost looks like a Ravenclaw. Okay, I didn't actually mean that one. 'Cause
Yes,
I was
you did.
No, I was making a joke about you because it was like, oh, haha, while you were murdering people, you accidentally scratched the wall, and then I went Ravenclaws. Harry Potter. I didn't.
You
mean
take
that
3
one.
DM damage.
Oh, it wasn't on purpose though.
I'm so glad we're actually doing the DM.
It was the intent. It was the unintentional pun. Those are the worst.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It's
a
not
pun.
it's not permanent. Just for the night.
Darn.
I won't kill you.
Unless we get into an encounter.
Lycos is just.
Lycos?
Sorry, not Lycos.
Nero.
I mean, let's
Nero.
be honest.
I'm
they're
sorry,
very
guys.
similar.
It's been so long. I've started to forget the character names. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay.
But Nero's just passed out in the corner. What's wrong with him? Bad sense of humor.
An imbalance of the humors.
And yeah, that's better. Old timey doctor joke. They thought most diseases were caused by an imbalance in the humors. That's what led to things like leeches and bleeding and stuff.
Yep. Okay.
Because the humors are like blood, bile, black phlegm, and yellow phlegm.
Yeah, something like that.
That's why one of your bones is called the humerus.
Funny,
I
mine's
don't
broken.
think so. No, you just don't have one.
No, it's your funny bone that's broken.
So I saw a joke somewhere in threads. I was asking the questions: if you boil a funny bone, do you give a laughing stock?
That's funny.
That's great. I like that.
That's not terrible.
That's a horrible dad joke. I love it.
It's a smart joke. I like.
Okay, it is like this. It's just like I said. It's a jagged mark.
I like how you wrote it on the card that I gave you the daggers with. That just says "surprise me."
I still have to. I want to make something good for that.
I have nothing in particular. I got a nice sickle now, though. So hey.
You have 2 daggers to surprise attack. Surprise me.
The dagger of true backstabbing. When you backstab somebody, it stabbed you in the back as well.
Oh, don't even go there, guys.
Don't give him ideas.
The dagger of true backstabbing. I saw that and went, that's funny. So yeah. We're passing notes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just giving it back because I've already drawn it down.
Do you want to read it to the class? I'm just kidding.
Yes, it looks like a claw mark. I can draw it for you.
Ooh, raptors.
Not as good as that.
Case closed, guys. We have our first Velociraptor
Dinosaurs.
incident.
Have there been any chunks of amber found recently?
Any chunks of amber? No. All right.
No, this one guy was he was doing tests on mosquitoes. I think
Okay.
maybe.
So, yeah, you see that mark. It's clearly not put there by a claw. It's like been scratched into the wall. The symbol you have seen once or twice in some areas. It's generally been associated with some really dangerous folk. Oftentimes inquisitors. Now, when I say that, I mean like underworld inquisitors. Generally, like the torture, stabby, bleed you out type.
The fun kind.
So Shalia's family.
Yeah.
Vander Uncle. Or that one crazy guy who tortured you.
So her uncle.
So yeah, her uncle.
Abracadabra.
So yeah, that's that stands out. That's the one thing you catch. You don't have any clue what it would mean, why it's here, but that is one thing you catch. So, where are we going with this, guys? You have some information. Oh, the hair that you found.
Yes.
It is long.
You run a DNA
Gold-
test on it, and you find that she has a record.
It is long golden hair.
Okay.
Could be a dude with long hair. Could be a girl, but it is long golden hair. Not actually made of gold. Blonde.
You don't happen to have a hunting dog for him, do you?
You see, owl bears have excellent sense of smell.
By the way, it is a girl according to my dream.
Oh, are you telling them that?
What dream?
Did you
I
tell
told
them
them I had the dream already.
It's true.
Also rats.
I told you
Rats
that.
also
Hey, you guys are all aware that
You left.
Key very well might be
I had a
the
dream about this murder scene happening that I did it.
yeah.
But I
You
didn't do
you
Put
it.
him in custody.
you are all clearly aware that he very well could be the guilty party.
How would I have been able to run to the university and back in time for me to scream?
Hey, I turned to one of the guards. So any idea how long this has been here for?
By the way, the blood's dried. It's been 12 hours.
See, I was asleep.
As far as we
You
know.
think you were.
How long did it take us to get here?
Unusual
Wait, so-
dream. I'm not there, but
How long did it take us to get here?
Took you guys like maybe 30 minutes.
Okay, we were walking.
Also, none of my weapons match the description we got.
Do his talons match the description we got?
Did we get a description?
We got
He never got a description of any weapon.
No.
Because I asked the elf guy how it was happening. He said it was done with thin blades.
Oh, the guy at the
Who came knocking.
right.
He said it was done with thin blades, and I have a sickle and daggers.
You also have
Daggers are
How? I can know that if we haven't found a body.
You do throw your Eldritch Blast via
A dagger.
dagger.
But it does force damage.
I know, but daggers are not
You also force your way
wide
with
blades.
dagger, like-
You realize that, right? Like daggers are
Daggers are
thin
thin
blades.
Well, mine are throwing daggers.
They're still thin blades.
They're still thin
That's
blades.
true.
Yeah.
Still wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
And now Shalia's gone missing.
And now Shalia's not here.
But was
No,
the victim
but one
Shalia?
poison that could be
has
an alibi for you
White hair. Not gold.
is not here.
Touche.
How do we know the person that did the stabbing didn't have gold hair?
Exactly. See? Not me.
Minus
Feathers.
2 intelligence.
Any feathers around on the floor. It wasn't me. See?
He's like
No
kicking him under a rug. No feathers here.
Basic, so
Yeah,
basic-
I will say this: you haven't found feathers on the scene.
That's fair. That's
To
fair.
be fair, how often do you molt?
Oh, once a year.
But birds like lose feathers every now and
In a
then.
fight, you're gonna lose feathers. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's what I'm asking though. We've never like fully gotten an in-lore explanation of how many feathers you lose every fight we do, but like
Well,
these
He's
stuff-
bald.
well, I also have absolutely no feather. I pulled
He
out
looks
my
like a
sleeves.
mangy bird.
I pulled out my sleeves. There's also like no feathers here, so.
Oh, so we can see when you go pale,
Well, still black skin.
bro. Anyway,
See, I've always imagined him as having like that downy
Okay.
feather type stuff on their arms, so they're like.
We literally have no wings.
Right, you don't have wings, but I've still imagined that, like, you're still feathered.
Okay.
anyway. So what I'm trying to
artwork I
say,
see
He's
is
a
just his
tracking
skin.
form.
before
Yeah,
we cooked tea. Wow, I can't say that.
Before we cook Key,
Yes.
Before we KFC Key.
Yes, before we KFC Key, let's at least try and find evidence that it wasn't him.
are you suggesting that this bird did this job?
I was saying that in my head.
Oh, okay.
All of that was
Sorry.
that was all in the mental
Hold on,
line.
we have to remember to do this. Mental line. It wasn't me.
I
It
prefer
wasn't me.
chocolate chip cookies in general.
What did you just say?
I prefer chocolate chip cookies in general.
Chocolate
Cookie.
cookie. Chocolate cooked key?
Why am I the butt end of all the jokes?
How does it feel to me being Nathan?
Because you made a character who is a walking chicky nugget.
I'm sorry, what is the adult version of that?
Chicky Nugget.
Chicky nugget?
You grow up, the name doesn't change.
Am I the only one who knows him as chicken nuggets?
Oh, man.
Heresy.
Alright.
I'm just gonna leave.
No feathers on the floor? It wasn't me.
So,
Anyway,
if we're done looking through everything, I can see if I can turn into my
Also,
yeah,
I would
I'm
have
telling your
to
druid.
tracking
To,
tool.
I'm telling your druid to turn to something that can track sense and stuff.
I also would have mopped up all the blood. My book does that.
See, that part I could believe. Sorry, that part I could believe.
You want to do that?
No, I said I
He's
would have
saying
if I
you
did
would
it.
have
Oh.
if you did the work.
Oh,
He's
I'm like,
basically going, if
I thought you said.
killed
I
her-
thought you said. I also
This is
mop
what
up
I
all the
would have
blood. I'm
done
like,
if I killed her. I would have mopped up
I
all the
did
blood
not
if I killed her.
this.
Which I didn't.
if it doesn't fit, you must have quit. All right, so
I'm glad we all went to the same place.
you're going to go owlbear.
Yeah, I'm turning into an owlbear
Okay.
in the middle of a giant crowd.
Luckily, you can still
Yeah.
do Huckleberry.
Yep.
So, everyone stay calm, stay
It's
calm.
now Owlberry.
Okay.
I think.
So,
So,
I'm
I
going
don't
to
think
see
he's
if I
right.
can find the sense from the blood, the hair, anything that I can use to track.
Okay. So
It's all over Key.
Not this time.
Also, the amulet. If
Oh yeah, I have the
I have
amulet.
it.
So
I'm okay. So you turn into the owlbear.
Yep.
The Five Rings members, obviously, like they know what's going on. They kind like people who see it are like, "Woo!" They kind of freak out a little bit, and they're like,
Like yellow rope being.
"Everything's all right. Everything's all right."
Stay calm, stay calm. Is there like a caution line?
And
Yellow.
Not in the
Owlbear
skin,
goes
animal
sniffing.
chested-
You catch the smell of her blood because you can smell it's a female.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because she happens to be. Yeah, you can
Ask
tell
no
that it's a
questions, Tell
female.
no lies. Continue.
You can smell it on him.
What are you looking at me for?
You can also smell it trailing off towards the dock wards.
that seems like a good trail to follow.
Do you notify the?
I mean, I growl.
Oh.
I
You can still talk in your head.
No, he
Yeah,
can't.
you combine the two, and you
Yes,
get
he has to be able to understand one language, and he keeps his mental stats when he transforms as a drug.
So if you
as a-
combine
Okay.
the two, do you get a
He just
group?
can't speak. He can mentally.
he can speak via my connect mind.
Right.
Awakened mind. He can. I'm saying he can speak because of my awakened mind. Because as a druid, he keeps his.
He
mental
doesn't
stats.
speak Groot. He speaks Hoot.
All
right.
Growlhoot.
So you-
It's a
Oh, it is a Groot.
So it is a group.
I'm just reminding you. I know you still like to growl and hoot in our brains.
Just don't growl and hoot in
yeah.
your brain.
I found a trail this way. Same scent that's on all the blood here, including Key.
What?
Please tell me, do you like the little like hunting dog like point?
This is big owlbear just going.
The beak is facing that way.
The beak is always facing. Sorry. The beak is always facing a direction, though.
The head.
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Gavel Bear.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, you hop on the owlberry.
Yep.
We start flying. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Owlbear cannot fly.
No.
You mean deathly afraid.
He also is scared of heights.
Yeah, I forgot about that until this exact moment.
and I do send my familiar with them as well.
Okay.
Okay, are the rest of you following?
If you guys want, I can go slow enough for you guys to follow.
Oh no, am I
That's
under
not-
interrogation?
You
Yes.
So if we aren't finding anything else on the scene, I don't see any point in us staying on the scene.
Yeah, you
yeah.
kind
Should
of
we
searched
find the
everything
other-
here.
No,
Should we
but-
find Fariel? He
Yeah,
kind of
we're-
was here before
we
us, and he's
should-
not here.
We should figure out where Fariel went, and we need to figure out what our bird did.
I'm taking the owl bear. Bye.
And we follow the trail.
with you.
So you guys are going to find the trail.
Yep.
The others are trying to find Ferial.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Well, I
Unless
think-
someone's joining us.
Yeah, I think-
Well, Mans is looking at the bird. I'm sorry. It wasn't me.
I think we need to interrogate Key.
Also, I don't think it would be a good idea for me and Nero to go alone this way in case we do encounter something.
It'll be
So that's one of
fine.
the reasons I sent my familiar with you, so I
Okay.
can be notified if something
You just can't
is
speak
up.
to each other once
Yeah.
you leave my line of sight.
I'm
Sure,
debating whether
sure.
or not, given my current position, I'd be better going with people.
Which is why he's riding him. That works. He can just take him where he needs to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
following the
I'm pretty
owlbear,
sure
or if I
two
would
people
be
can
better
fit on a
in
bear.
sight.
I'm sorry, what was that, Alan?
I'm debating whether or not it'd be better following the bear or better staying on site.
I think one
Do you
of us,
doubt that these people will kill Key in your
I
absence?
think one of the two of us should follow the bear, and one of the two of us should stick with Key.
You said you're familiar with the bear, which is kind of like following them or being with them, but kind of not.
Yeah.
You can do you can cast touch spells through your familiar. Right?
Only if it's within 100 feet of
Oh,
me.
gotcha.
You can connect with it within a mile, right?
Yeah. He can. So we've got a telepathic bond, so he can tell me what's going on without a range limit. But
I meant
can-
like the you see through its
Oh, that's within 100 feet as well.
100 feet. I thought that was a mile.
Oh, I would give it a mile for for sight.
Cool.
The touch spell thing is 100 feet.
We now go
If I
1.1
had-
miles away.
If I had a pseudo dragon, it'd be a mile for both.
Anyway.
Not so
That's
much.
nuts. Pseudo dragons are sick.
They are.
I could have had a familiar.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, then
Back to the chains.
I have the feeling that the people here at the university and the Five Rings are more your kind of crowd.
Yeah, probably.
They did say they're heading towards the docks.
Which is more your type of crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And Nero's, but he's on my back already.
I guess I would go and follow
Sailor
the
back
bear.
there, that's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You go follow them. I'll still send Rama with them, and then I will figure out what's going on with.
I'm gonna
Arthur.
make sure Caleb.
What about
is
Mittens?
Between me and Mittens.
I guess I'll
What about
see you
Mittens?
later then.
Yep.
Otherwise,
You want to
I-
question
I-
him?
Flashbacks of her destroying the shrine of Nixus comes to my mind, and I'm just like, I'm on the other side of Caleb. Just
Yeah, the problem is Caleb also wants to interrogate you.
Well,
Yeah.
but not,
Yeah.
not
Caleb's
a
interrogation is more talking rather than.
Hey,
destruction.
she won't destroy him.
She shot a freaking goblin as it was retreating.
Just some mild torture.
Just a little bashing here and there. Anyway,
Just a
no.
broken beak or
I
two.
won't harm a feather on him if
Hey,
he talks.
where's Shalia's knife?
Weather, probably.
Oh, jeez.
Didn't she leave that somewhere?
She doesn't have the torture dagger anymore.
Okay.
She left it in the
Um,
crocodile or
Did
whatever.
she? I don't think she got rid of the.
Before I go,
I know one
Amethyst
stuck in a
dagger.
crocodile.
Yeah, that was the torture dagger.
It's a
Before
very
I
unhappy
go,
crocodile.
The purple dagger. She not getting rid of that one.
I shared my findings with Caleb regarding the glowing blood, meaning something's up with it of some sort. And I the moose and follows
Okay,
the-
you follow along.
Remind me what was up with the glowing blood again?
It was glowing.
It was glowing. yeah,
That's all he knows.
That's all I
It's
know.
not a spell, maybe residual spell effects.
Okay.
Something was done with it. I don't
It's
know what.
weirdly glitter mixed in.
Oh,
with
actually, I
blood.
guess technically, because you have true sight, the same kind of glow is on him.
Gosh darn it.
I shared that information too,
All right.
which either means
This
that
is very
perhaps
awkward because I can describe what happened in vivid detail, but I still didn't do it.
which either
Now,
means that
granted-
perhaps the blood is magic, perhaps there is some connection there between the two, and that's how she's connected
And I
that
would
blood
still
somehow.
detect magic going if that helps as well.
Perhaps there was a spell cast, and that is the residual effects of whatever happened with it, which may or may not include Key. We don't know how his connection works exactly.
Now, are we
Yes.
aware that Key's patron is Nixus?
You guys could probably find it out because I showed you the book, and the front of the book has the symbol on it.
Okay.
I would
But I've-
definitely.
She would know.
But I've
Okay.
never told. Actually, you would because also I told you guys the key because that's why the cultists were going after me.
Okay.
Yep.
You guys, this is now the official. Like here, I'm a warlock.
Yeah. Now, granted, in your defense, your god, your patron being a god of blood, could have transported you into her blood to help, to show you what was happening, or to show you what had happened,
Or to do it.
or to do it. Yes. Either way, you could either have just been a witness, or you could have done it yourself.
What they didn't know is that the stab wounds came from inside.
I was actually thinking the same thing.
The bird just. Oh.
Call,
Now we're really getting gross.
going alien.
Okay.
Also, out of
Chest
curiosity, it is
bursters.
9 o'clock.
I know.
Okay.
In any case, we go off with.
Gallivanting.
Yep.
Don't kill the bird, please.
Poot.
He's out of my thought range.
Hoot.
No, I say this like I hope before we leave.
Yeah.
If not, we're already down like 3 streets and go, don't kill the bird! And they probably heard me.
Okay.
Hopefully they heard
So, you gave that information. You've gone with them. You guys are still together, the three of you. If you were asking about Fedial with the 5 rings, because they were there with him,
Yeah.
they do say that he went off towards the university.
Okay.
At this point, Fedial's probably on his way back, unless you're going somewhere.
Well-
Where is Fedial going after you've gotten the
So
the information?
I never actually.
Oh
got
yeah,
to
you wanted to
investigate the
investigate the
papers.
papers.
Yeah.
Give me a quick investigation check.
I'm better at getting people to tell me things, not figuring them out on my own.
Some detective you are.
17.
17. Nice.
Man, some detective you are.
Holding papers. Tell me what you know.
I mean, I rolled a 15 on
Where is she?
So.
So,
Where are the
looking
other papers?
looking through, most of the pages seem congruent with one another, made of the same, like they were made together in the same batch,
Okay.
right? Probably came
Oh.
from the same book,
Okay.
right? A lot of the pages are blank, so it came out of some sort of a journal. You can see the handwritten pages. A lot of them have been smeared in blood,
Okay.
and
Does it look Does it look similar to Key's book?
no.
Okay.
The book you find, every page was ripped out. It's just a bare leather binding now at this point,
Okay.
an empty leather binding. And the pages that you find, they're the writings of your relative,
All right.
of Feindal.
Awesome.
There's a lot of stuff in there that's not all referencing this statue or anything like that. There's a ton of findings from the dig, explaining the time that it took them to actually find anything whatsoever.
Okay.
You find that the first thing that they found was a small obelisk,
Okay.
and there was a tablet as well.
What was his name again? Faendal?
Faendal.
And we better hope that this isn't some poor college kid's thesis because they're going to be pissed.
This was Faendal stuff.
Alright, so you said a tablet, an obelisk.
Mm-hmm. The tablet they had been working on translating, but the only words they got were Blackspire
Oh.
so far.
Okay. Alright. Is there anything that might give me an idea of where he might have gone?
Anything that gives you an idea of where he might have gone. You dig further and further. He says that he had actually taken to, like, he decided to destroy the statue because it was causing the problems with all the researchers, and that it had caused problems for him, and upon doing so it bled, right?
Okay.
You find that there is a part in there that says he wished to investigate the Black Spire further. To his understanding, it may lead him towards the Dock Ward.
Okay. Well, then that's the way I'd head.
And the sea.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Alright, so, sorry, let me, so Faendal decided to smash the statue.
And no, surprisingly, with a clear mind and an open heart, he destroyed the statue.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. That's my statue. Statue bled. Going to docks to find more about the Black Spire.
Yep. So.
All right. So yeah, then I would head towards the docks.
Okay, you're gonna make your way towards the docks. You guys are looking for Ferial. The three of you who are looking for Ferial. You're not going first to look for him though. You're gonna question Key, right?
Yeah, we're questioning Key. So first we're gonna find somewhere private.
As you guys are attempting to do this, and you see one of the Five Rings turn, and he observes the situation. He immediately comes and walks over to you. Sorry, I don't mean to be far away from that. You guys need to hear. He walks up to the three of you. He's like, at this point, I believe the interrogation should not be in your hands.
Don't let them take me.
I kindly disagree with that.
It wasn't me.
We don't actually know.
If you resist this,
Who's interrogating?
Yeah,
Who
we
said-
actually
who said
haven't
anybody
given
was
him
interrogating
any of the
anybody?
information.
No,
I
he's
know.
reading our minds because overpowering C.
dude, because overpower, you guys have the same freaking spell.
Hi.
Yes,
Yeah, reefer surface thoughts.
but there's so many other spells he
All
could
he's
have
hearing
had.
is, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me.
Okay, so here's the thing though. You guys constantly have discussions in your head,
Yeah.
and you're investigating a scene and had the entire discussion in your mind.
Yeah.
You have two highly observant,
Yeah.
really
That's-
trained
yeah.
soldiers,
This
Yeah.
makes
and they're like, why
complete
the
sense.
holy living crap would no one speak to us?
And it's only a second level spell, and Detect Thoughts is perfect for breaking into party
Yeah.
lines.
And
Yeah.
it makes complete
is-
sense.
Yeah.
I just wish it wasn't happening.
It's highly suspicious behavior, and there's no way they're not going to dig into that.
Connecting in.
Go.
Alright.
I mean, he's in here already.
Welcome to the party line.
Already was there.
Just literally just 8 keys, had as a switchboard, just welcome to the party line.
Yes, well now you can talk in it.
I understand the suspicion here.
It wasn't me.
I have no problem with them questioning. I just want to be there too.
Exactly. You're more than welcome to question him as long as we're still present.
I have no problem with you being there.
It wasn't me.
Because I've
No.
got questions for
One
you.
thing-
too.
Not at all.
One thing though,
I can describe it in vivid detail, but it wasn't me.
that's the thing. That's my thing is, why would he wake up and tell us all of this? I really don't. If it was him, I don't think he knew it was him.
That's the only reason why we haven't just handed him over to you yet.
Well, that's good to know.
It wasn't me.
Come along.
Question comes to mind: where are we going?
He turned.
To
He
the
turn,
five
Just
rings
opens
headquarters.
opens up a broom closet. Welcome to the interrogation room.
yeah. He turns and looks at the other member, who then draws his blade,
No,
swings out, and just burns out the blood. There's no reference, like there's no evidence left of it.
Been valuable to
I
keep
was
at least
gonna-
some of it. Keep hold of some of it, but all right.
Mop it up. At least get a vial of it.
Well, I don't believe it's that big of a deal. He's carrying it on him.
Fair enough.
Not on purpose.
This way to the gulag.
Is there a boiling pot in the corner of this room?
Boil him, mash him, stick him in a stew.
Welcome to the interrogation room. Why is there a boiling pot over there?
Hello, Doctor.
How easy do feathers come out?
From 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I know, dude. We also started at like 8. So, yeah, I figured I would stop at 9:30.
Fair enough.
Take a break. So, let's see. We got you. We're taking you. You guys make your way following the 5 rings, and they lead you. They lead you to their guild house. This is
Later today, anyway.
This is a fortress. You walk through the open space. There's training going on. There's the stables and armories. You can hear blacksmiths in there forging and creating their own special weaponry. And then the school itself, right? The actual training facility on the inside. You guys make your way in here. It is everything in here is extremely exquisite, fine made, like deep mahoganies and wood carving. I
No, as soon as he said that you.
Not just
Sorry,
any
continue, Matt.
mahogany doors.
I can't say anything.
Not just any mahogany, there's also mahogany doors.
Anyways, so very finely crafted, hand carved. You knowing the 5 rings, this place was built by these people. Like everything about this place speaks of excellence in every form that it can come in. And I mean, you've known that your whole life growing up, that this is something you've idolized and that you knew that you needed to go be part of to really truly be the finest of the ringing blades. He leads you guys off into a separate section. It is clear that this is part of the Ring of Fire, part of the 5 rings.
Okay.
There is a deep red cherry color to most of the design here, the actual fire symbol throughout, and then he sits you guys down in a room here, puts Key on a chair.
Literally just like, stay.
Feet are dangling.
The chair is sat in a magic circle that is not yet, that is like carved into the stone floor.
Zone of truth. Torture.
And you teleport away.
He then has everyone else stand back. You watch him. He takes bites.
Is this gonna hurt?
Oh, no, immeasurably.
He bites.
If you are innocent.
He doesn't say anything when you ask. He bites allows the blood to go into the magic circle.
Summoning jutsu.
Yeah. No. But yeah.
But no.
You know the reference. Yes. The magic circle immediately just like ignites. Quite literally, it is now in flame.
Incidentally, do you know how hard it is to bite with your thumb like that?
Seriously though. Anyway, the flames at the points, the 4 points of the magic circle where you could have seen like before, you saw where some of the engravings made actual points. That's where the flames kind of focus, and then they begin to swirl, and they just continue to swirl around you.
So
Understand, should you lie, you will be dinner tonight.
And I'm missing it?
And quaking towards a dagger, just no, don't do it.
You're welcome to attempt to do so.
He said, yes, do it!
Do it! It just was like,
So if Key's sitting on a chair in the zone of truth, does this make him a stool pigeon?
You forgot.
Ah.
can I toss with a hand?
No, he can't. He's not a pigeon.
Just all of
Pigeons
a sudden,
fly.
just a dagger, just shoof.
I think you might have a single oversight. You really can't talk very well.
This does not require words.
Perfect.
No, his oversight is he forgot the spices, the breading, and plucking.
He's just gonna burn all the feathers away.
That's gonna smell awful.
It already does.
With the human blood marinade? Yeah.
Oh.
In your honesty, tell me what you know. And what you did or did not do.
So I was abandoned at a young age, and then...
Concerning this situation.
So I was abandoned at a young age.
I did steal a lot of crap.
You're willing to speak as long as you wish. Just don't lie.
If you lie
You're
once,
willing, or you're able, or you should, or you can?
I thought my mother-in-law's cooking was delicious. I mean...
Long backstory short.
Backstory short.
How much do you want to know?
As much as you need say.
So when I was a young warthog...
So, I went to bed last night. In my bed, under the stairs.
Yes.
Nice little place. And before, my patron gifted me ability to use blood as a protection. I
That makes sense.
never used it on my own. He gifted it to me once, I never reactivated it. Until last night, where I had a vision of chasing a blonde-haired girl through university, killing her, and then waking up with the blood veil activated yet again.
All right. But you say you did not commit this crime.
As far as I know, I physically did not.
And he gets lit on fire.
No, he said as far as he knows, he physically did not. That is not a lie.
That wasn't the truth. As far as I know, I physically did.
But in my heart...
The implement in the vision was a sword. I carry daggers and a sickle.
And a bad attitude.
And very tiny chicken thighs.
Not tasty at all.
Not a lot of meat on this body, I'm sorry to say.
I would make a terrible dinner.
I'm not fat, it's these feathers.
They make me all poofy.
It's all floof.
I'm not nutritious at all.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much.
But after all, birds are full of worms, so wouldn't want to eat that anyway.
There's all worms in their tubes. Anyways,
Except for
I'm riddled.
they might actually have worms.
Yeah,
That might just be what he eats.
it's true. So
And you know what they say. You are what you eat. He's a worm.
I've not eaten worms. I've eaten a lot of seeds and beer.
well,
Part of this healthy breakfast.
Man, I'm just imagining like he has a cornflakes, but it's just seeds, and he pours the beer on it like milk.
It's just a bowl of grape nuts. Oh, you don't want grape
It's
nuts.
sawdust
grape nuts
in
are
cereal.
awesome. They're my favorite.
I love grape nuts.
What is wrong with you?
So yeah, you you have shared that with him. He can see that obviously, to your knowledge, you haven't done anything. Just because to your knowledge you didn't, does not mean you did not commit this crime. Making deals with entities such as Nixus is not something to be toyed with.
What if I tell you that I'm using his own power to stop him?
Oh, I would tell you that as every other fool who ever believed that, you're lying to yourself.
Oh,
I'm on
look,
fire.
another king.
I know that you're not on fire because you believe 100% that that's what you're doing. But my friend, a deal with a creature like that only has one end.
Losing your flight again.
I've lost a lot already to him, so yeah. Losing one more thing is not too much.
It won't be one more thing. It will be everything.
And I haven't lost that already.
No.
You're still delicious.
I believe I did hear a name.
Shalia.
Did we ever bring
Female friend. Yes, you did.
Yep.
You made comment about the hair.
Yeah, she has white hair.
See, but that
Well, and
I felt like that section was out of character,
Mittens
but I
did
might be
say
wrong.
that that Shalia is mysteriously gone.
Yeah, but I think you kind of need more than a week's nap and a few days to recover from having your heart ripped out.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, but it just was very suspicious that this happened.
But she seems-
Shalia's mysteriously gone.
She seems to be of importance to you.
She's my only family.
That is where it will start.
Is that a threat?
Is it?
No, no.
Am I?
I apologize. I would never threaten anything like that. Warning you in your actions, the consequences that may arise from it. That is what I would do.
If haven't
I wish
done
no
my
harm upon you.
actions, this problem would be a lot farther along than it is.
Or not at all.
Oh no, it would. Look into Artemis. Ask what he has lost.
That is a name I do not enjoy.
Well, he was my dad for a bit, so yeah.
As much as you might not enjoy that name, it's who he's been working as this entire time.
Well, this is good. I believe we should keep you here. You would be safer.
Sadly enough, I feel safer with the cat.
And suddenly Key starts burning.
He's not lying.
I believe that they actually might be doing this in your best interest this time, Key.
I don't do good in just one spot.
No, but at the same time, we really can't risk another one of those dreams.
Okay. Before we go any further for you guys, we are at 9:30.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take a quick, 5-minute break. Let you guys do whatever you need to do. Come back, and we'll keep on. We'll plan 10:20, 10:30 to cut, so another hour. Is that okay?
Coming up next, sleep study on key.
Let me rephrase. The question is, do you want to be
'Kay.
in one
We'll be right
spot
back, you guys.
or several?
question on why trusting Mittens is a good thing. He's still holed over on that one. All right. Anyways, so let's see. Yes.
I think you mean the floor is open on debate on that one.
I will now filibuster.
No. All right. So at this point, where were we at here with you?
I was
You
being interrogated and told that I was going to have to stay here.
right? He just said you need to. You should stay here. You were saying I think it's a better
I feel
choice
that- I
that
feel
you
safer
stay
with the
here.
cat.
He says I feel better with the cat. I truly do feel that you would be safer here in these walls.
I don't do well in a cage. Unintended.
This is not meant to This is not meant to cage you. We would not lock you up.
It's meant to imprison you.
Simply merely meant to protect you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that?
You have to say kill there.
Pardon me, can you restutter
That was a slip, not a thing that I'm actually trying to say to
Pardon
him.
me, can you restutter that sentence?
You actually he walks into the circle of flame. He says, "I would not wish to harm you or cause a problem for you.
It's your own flame. You can probably lie in it if you want to. Sorry, I'm not there.
As I have said, I've given you fair warning for the decisions you've made. But in order to keep you safe, especially if Artemis is involved, you would be safer here."
I've done well for the past few years.
And also, if another murder happens and you're still here, they can prove it wasn't you.
I'm not there. Can't make smart aleck remarks.
I still don't want to be here.
We will not hold you. Because you have been honest. And we do feel that you can be trusted.
We will not hold you.
This is not my
Despite
first
the fact
time
you
in
look
one of these
fluffy,
ring
probably not.
things.
You watch he just goes the flames die out.
Where should we at here?
If you wish to go, you may do so.
Kenzie's on it.
Hey Kenzie.
Do we have enough chairs, by the way?
She's probably not going to join.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, you just got already so late.
Sad.
You may leave, but understand. Should we one find that you are the guilty party, you will have to pay for those consequences. 2, keep your eyes and wits about you. Artemis has agents everywhere, eyes and ears watching.
I don't think I don't know that.
I know you do. But with everything else, don't ever forget it.
Never do.
I'll make sure the head's connected every morning.
Otherwise, I'd lose it.
Go freely and safely. And take these with you as you go. He gives each of you the 3 of you a pendant from the 5 rings. It will allow you access back here without me.
I'd like to point out you all failed in your duty.
Ow, I wasn't there.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it was that.
They didn't find you. Which was the reason we left them behind.
They wanted to They wanted to interrogate him.
We stayed behind to deal with the potential that Key might have done it, and then to find Fariel.
Right. As they had been discussing what was going on, and how to deal with Key and all that kind of happened before they actually walked off to the 5 rings. You got your information and you were going to go to the dock ward, right?
Yep.
Okay. I will say that as you were exiting, you saw them walking.
Okay.
But not as not in an angle where they would be able to see you. You kind of caught them more from behind.
Key's kind of like in the center of the 3, just awkwardly.
So you do know
Okay.
that they are going with a couple of 5 rings members.
He's got Caleb and Mittens, he'll be fine.
and you head your way off to the dock ward.
One of them won't kill him.
Owlbear. And yes, you are tracking. Are you both riding bear?
You know, I think they ran off before I got there, so I might just be kind of jogging up behind at this point. I
Okay.
don't know.
You catch up to him. It's not. He's not. You're not running,
I'm not
tracking.
running. I mean, if he has to track, he has to
Step,
move
step,
slowly.
step, step, step.
Yeah. He has to slow down to track.
Yeah.
So you follow the scent, and make your way down towards the dock ward.
Some
The set-
he's incentivized.
Going down onto the actual docks, the scent does lose, you lose the trail amongst a few boats. It seems like someone probably took one.
Gotcha. Okay. I can't speak to you right
Nope.
now.
You can always change.
Yeah, I can always change back. Yeah.
Can you do like a kind of like a ahem as a bear? Like you just say,
Well, I imagine
please
you
get
like
off.
shake slightly and then just kind of nudge, like trying to get me off, and I probably take the hint.
Like I'll sit down like a dog.
Yeah,
Not
that's a decent like sign that something's up. I'll hop off.
okay. And then I'll turn back and just be like, the trail ends at these docks. It seems like they might have taken a boat out of the city.
I immediately start looking around for a dockmaster.
Okay. When you do, you find a grizzled sea elf.
Oh, good. Excuse me. Might be presumptuous of me, but are you the dockmaster?
I be.
All right. I have. What ships have left here in the last 12 hours?
In the last 12 hours.
Yes.
Been quite a few ships in and out.
Any odd ships?
Odd ships.
I realize I'm asking in a port town, but
I believe the question is less of odd ships and more of odd people taking ships.
that's pretty much everyone who gets on a ship.
Oh, I understand that you might be odd, and I understand you're a bit odd as well, but
We
you're expected. That's the norm.
will say then suspicious.
Suspicious. Well,
That's the other half of people that use ships.
But then
Again,
at least narrows out the other kind.
but what would make me suspicious compared to what is normally suspicious to everyone else?
We're looking for someone who may have killed someone earlier in the day.
Last night.
12 hours ago.
I don't know. There's plenty who may have killed someone on the road,
Again, the other
But-
25% of the people who work on the dock.
but not.
Someone who probably would have been covered with a lot of blood.
Well, I saw no one covered in any blood whatsoever. But I will tell you, there's a child that took out on a boat that he definitely shouldn't have been on.
I think that counts under suspicious. Okay.
Stilts.
No. Stilts is no child, and he understands how to use a boat.
Can easily get confused in the darkness.
No, this was a young man. Student. Scholarly looking, anyways.
Well, that's where the murder happened.
That sounds, yeah, that sounds intriguing enough.
He's not been back, though. And I worry he won't ever be back. Didn't look like he knew one whip how to use the sails. But he took it out anyway.
I would assume that he didn't submit a plan as to where he was going to the port either.
Not when he paid the way he did.
I was gonna say, where did he buy the boat or rent the boat? Probably.
He paid right here.
Mm-hmm.
Paid handsomely too.
Do I have any idea where Shellington is currently?
He would have been at the place with you guys. So if he decided to go with all of you,
Decided where he doesn't have a room there, and it's kind of hard for those 3 floors.
Can you imagine him going upstairs?
No, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Voice
yeah,
system
yeah.
out the back. Just
I feel
also doesn't have a room
so. Violated.
The way he just tucks up.
Yeah, he can just ride it.
Anyway.
I have access to Shellington too now.
Yep, you can.
You have a swim speed.
Yeah.
All right. Any idea what direction he went?
Outwards.
I didn't think I was gonna get any good answers from that one.
The best I can tell you is he went east, but I never saw him twist or to or fro either direction. He just kept sailing.
Well, I mean, we have a scholar student who left around that time. Well, within the last 12 hours.
We can't prove anything about what's happened until we find him.
No.
Or someone else who...
Did he have any luggage with him?
Any luggage? No. Not that I... luggage. Well, he had a bag, but it didn't seem to be luggage of any sorts in the fashion of clothing. He did have a bag.
I might be using the wrong words. But yes.
Yes, he did have... He did carry on him a bag. He had...
A scholar pack? Are we talking, like...
papers and inks and...
Could you fit a body in it? You know,
depends on how...
body bag.
That depends on how you assemble the body.
So
did you slice it into parts, or did you... No, it's a small bag, boys. I don't believe you'd fit a body in there unless it was a gnome.
We're extremely compacted.
Yeah, we never did ask Key what, like, race the female was. It could have been a blonde gnome.
I believe it was human.
It was human.
We didn't ask him, though. We don't know.
I would have given you the details of the dream.
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, so this is a bit of a dead end here now.
The best...
Most likely they left this way.
Yeah.
To kind of absolve.
I want you to give me...
You
I
know,
want you to
keep
give
still,
me
yeah.
just a fast intelligence roll.
You want me to do it with disadvantage? Because of my exhaustion.
Why is Key rolling?
Just...
Okay.
Just let him do it.
Guidance.
Oh no, you can't use guidance. This isn't one way
Well,
you
that
would...
one's a natural 20, the other one's an 11, and then intelligence.
It's okay. I'm not having you do this. I'm not having you do this at a disadvantage anyway. So just the 20. We'll take the 20.
Okay. Well, that's a 16 on the.
That's fine.
Plus intelligence, which is 0, so 16.
That's fine. Something comes to mind to you as you're out here at. You're not in the dock ward. You're at the place.
Yeah.
It comes to mind to you because you've been going over the stream now a few different times. That little rose pin stands out to you. You do remember it on her person. So you are, it stood. It like now that you think about it, you're like, I remember that standing out and being a focal point. Like you even remember the like specific cuts made straight towards her heart near the pin.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, just something to bring up for your group. Sorry. Hey, and it was just a small pack, not of anything large. Just a leather bag of some sorts. Had scrolls in it. I am sure inks and other such. He, as I said, scholarly chap. Why he was going off in a boat like he did, I don't know.
I mean, the best I got is me and Shellington can, like, go in the general area and see if we can see anything. Because, assumedly, if he doesn't know how to sail, he could possibly have crashed. If we're
Follow the
lucky.
wind.
Follow the wind, that's also fair. And the current.
Because if he doesn't know what he's doing, then I'm pretty certain that the sea will decide for him.
Well, I'd have to go grab Shellington, but, I mean, at this point, it's the only other lead we have. Might as well take a look.
I mean, I could go out with you rather than needing to wait for Shellington, but either way.
I mean, Gabble Bear all the way if you're willing.
I'm fine with it.
Josh says, out of character.
Shellington just might be jealous.
Don't need you
Wellington
anymore.
might be like living the life.
Finally, someone else to deal with that
Settle down, find
Wait,
yourself a nice sheet.
wait. So if you turn into Shellington, I can still talk to you
Yes.
because I can talk to
That is correct.
water animals.
Yeah.
Then
So,
you can actually talk to him.
Yeah. I'll turn into Sheldon. We'll go up this way.
Wonder Twins unite!
Okay.
He's the one that turns it in.
Shellington just looks at you.
Is he here?
I've been betrayed.
He
He like
suddenly appeared?
comes up off the dock. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really just joking.
The ocean, it's like, I knew it.
You were seeing on the turtles.
You get off of her right now. No, sorry. He may have turned into a female. There's no determination.
I'm scared to ask, but has that ever been like
cheating, George.
ever been referenced in the actual thing?
No.
All right, I'm gonna finish that thought right there, and then we can keep going.
So yeah, I turn into a Shellington.
You turn into a large turtle. Okay.
Yes, I will go back to find the group and tell them what we found, and you guys can have your bromance and go and find what you're looking for.
Every group needs a good bromance.
There's nothing really gay about
Hey,
it.
Matt. So with that month,
Romance.
I love that
Yeah.
song.
with that month that we needed to wait, how long has it been?
It's been a day.
No,
No. It's been about a week and a day.
it's been about almost 2 weeks now.
Because you guys had the.
Because we dropped it off, and then we did the whole adventure in the manor. We did the week's sleep there, and then we have done about 3
Oh,
days.
you're right. It's
here.
been 2 weeks and a day.
So it's been about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So half the time.
Yeah.
Depending on how long a month is in your world.
Okay.
So, yeah.
This idiot
Yeah.
kid. Sorry.
All
We
right.
head out searching for any signs of wreckage or anything.
Basically, we're just going eastwards and like
How far out are you guys going to go?
I can maintain this form for about
An
4
hour.
hours.
Oh, 4 hours.
Yeah.
so search for 2 hours and go back.
Yeah, sounds good.
Fair enough.
I'm glad
Okay.
I can actually talk to someone now.
I know it's great, right?
Well, you could have always. You just chose not to.
What sound do snapping turtles actually make?
Crunching noises, biting through bone.
All right, so.
They're snapping turtles.
They make like a. Like. That.
Yeah.
A hiss, yeah.
Kind of a hissy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys go out and there is no wreckage of a small boat. Like, it doesn't seem recent.
Right.
There is some wreckage. You guys can obviously go underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do find some wreckage. It's pretty old.
Okay. That's pretty standard.
Anything
There weren't
on
any-
destructive.
There weren't any crazy storms last
Nothing.
night, so
Nothing
we
of significance.
I've looted that. I've looted that.
Now, make me a perception check.
Ooh, what minus do I have to that?
Major minus?
Oh no, I have a +3.
Same.
Surprisingly. Where did my... Oh, they're there.
19.
19.
9.
19.
All right, 19. You notice in that wreckage something moving that is not just a regular sea creature, and it was watching you.
It's a giant octopus, Josh.
No,
Ursula.
Pointed out to him. He's more familiar with sea life than I am.
right.
It seems like that's odd. What is that?
Section copy.
So
Do you see that?
all you catch of it though is just the pair of eyes and hands that move away as it
Oh,
as it
Golem.
notices that it sees you,
Or a Sahagin.
that you see
one of the
it.
two.
right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, you get it pointed out to you and you're just like, okay. It's not one of your kind.
Sahagin?
Um,
Or whatever the evil merfolk are.
the Sahwain. I know it looks
I
like
refer to them as sushi.
I refer to them as sushi. Yeah, you're not exactly sure. It's an odd thing. Like even from his description, you're like, that's not what I'm used to fighting against.
Yeah. I say we burn it down.
It's an amazing.
Josh, we're
It is
underwater.
Underwater.
I know.
Burn this. All right. So yeah, you do that. You're going back to tell them things.
Mhm.
You have no idea where they are.
You return to the scene of the crime. There's no longer a scene of a crime.
No blood,
Looks
nothing.
around.
It's a
he's
good
like,
thing I have that copy sketch.
Where's Gene? Just like curses and he's like tries to find a student. He's like, excuse me, but did you see a group of 2 5-rings guys and a cat and a bird and an elf go anywhere?
Ramu lands on your shoulder around the time that you are asking.
Oh yeah, he came with us.
Yeah, Rama.
And Rama just kind of pecks at you.
I pinch him. So what do you want?
Just as it takes off and flies.
Sounded like a baby phoenix.
Pinche duendes.
That is your tagline for the entire thing. Pinche duendes. All right. He starts flying towards the 5 rings because you have a telepathic bond with him. He would have some idea at least.
Yes, I follow.
You down at the dock wards. Before you go running, I would assume he's gonna catch up to you guys kind of crossways. So
Yeah.
there you go. You run into each other. Physically, bam!
It's,
No.
like, it's the coming around the corner scene. Like they just
You somehow managed to clothesline each other.
Neither of you have any bread.
What? No.
Not eating any toast. Running
Oh.
late.
Anime trope. The
running with the
girl
bread.
running with the.
Yeah.
That's a trope.
Yes. Yes.
Slice of life trope.
Yeah.
Usually to introduce the love interest.
She's overly busy, late, running with the bread in her mouth, and
Yeah.
then runs into the dude.
I did not know that was a trope.
Yep.
Anyway,
The more you know.
You guys run into each other.
Either literally.
not
or-
physically. You don't need to physically run into each other.
Where are you coming from?
The docks. Where are you going?
The docks.
Well then, follow. I think I found out probably what you're looking for.
What do you guys find?
We found out that there was what looked like a student who took a boat in about the same time that the murder happened. Went up to sea and probably didn't know what he was doing, and so was probably either drowned or really, 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 really lost.
Oh, that idiot. I just
He just takes off to the docks.
Nero's checking it out.
Okay.
Hey, Bjorn.
So you're doing that.
Yeah.
Didn't take time to even listen if he had anything else to say. You are. What are you doing? Are you gonna follow him, or are you actually gonna go in? We'll have that Rama scene.
Hey, what did you find out? Just like,
Oh, are you like following me?
I guess so.
Sorry, I have no patience to wait around.
Got no patience for standing around.
One of the students was working with a statue that had some evil magic. He ended up shattering it. The statue bled. He tore his journal was torn apart on the floor of the study, but it seemed like he was coherent. He said he needed to go to the docks to find out more about the Black Spire.
The shade.
Okay then, I will take that and see what I can do with it. Best of luck. Nero's already out at sea, looking.
Okay.
Okay. You make your way back. As I said, Rama's gonna lead you your way.
The question is, did Rama notice and wait up?
Oh, he would. Rama's no fool. Because he's not actually a falcon. So yeah, you make your way. You head back. You head down to the docks.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing while you're down there?
So first I'm going to keep my eyes open for any blood smear or anything like that as I'm going.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
Okay. You've been doing well for me. Keep it up. 9.
That sounds like a good way to jinx it if I've ever heard one, though.
Right?
Oh well,
Doing good for me tonight.
All right, so 9.
You do not find any blood trail or anything like that, but coming onto the docks, you do see obviously the man who looks like he runs the, like is kind of master over the docks here, watching over boats. That's what you see. There's a couple of people coming on and off of ships and such, but
okay. I got to the dock. Did you has a student come by here?
It's a bit odd we keep getting asked about this, but I've seen a student of some sort down this way. Took off the boat.
When did he leave?
Oh, say, I don't know, 4 a.m., something like that, before sunup.
4 a.m. The murder happened 12 hours ago. What time is it now?
We're running...
I guess what time did the 12 hours ago place the murder, I guess, is a better question.
Yeah. So let's see. You did wake. It was, but we're going to assume we've taken time to do investigation. It's not like an immediate, super quick thing.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably running close to 2, 3 in the afternoon.
So we assume the murder happened around 2 or 3. Is that what?
Possibly,
or maybe a little bit earlier.
Possibly, yeah.
So the time of death was estimated 12 hours ago.
Estimated 12 hours ago.
Yeah. There's some. That was based on drying blood.
Yeah, but it was a 5-ring saying it, and they're about excellence in everything.
They are.
They wouldn't say something if they weren't pretty sure.
Yeah.
Just saying, you probably have a few hours wiggle room.
Yeah.
Plus or minus a few hours.
All right. So, what ship did he take?
The one that's not there anymore.
Well,
The boat's name is the Mad Mistress.
So I thought he took a dinghy. Did he take like a full-size boat?
No, not that large. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, he did not take. It was one that he could take, like a skiff, right? Like something that 1 or 2 men could run.
How far could such a ship get?
It can get out there. I wouldn't want to go too far out into the waters. It's not really made for the deep sea. But he's a fool. That's what I can say.
Which is why I charged him extra. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to see that boat again.
He paid well. He paid well more than what the boat was probably worth.
Did he seem to be in control of what he was doing?
Aye. Quite focused, actually.
What did he look like?
Actually, kind of a bit like you.
Ugly as sin he was.
What?
Ugly as sin he was.
He had a woman's hands!
You got your mom's hands.
And you've got fins on your face. Congratulations. I'm just kidding.
I've nothing of the sort.
Don't sea elves have?
No, they just have like pale skin.
Oh, okay.
So the one my character model does have like the ears that have that.
Oh,
but that's not like an all elves.
Okay.
See elf saying.
All right.
They have like, I think they have a gill, but they don't have like fins.
I feel like this is a standard sea elf insult.
All right.
Other than squeak.
No, that's
you.
Nero. That's unique to Nero.
Oh, I know.
All right.
Which is why it's other than that.
Well, thank you for the information.
Aye. Should he ever come back, I've definitely made my money's worth. As he kind of reaches into his pocket and flips a black, like jet black obelisk in his hand, and then puts it back into his pocket.
Where did you come by that?
'Twas the pay.
Kill him.
Kill him.
His voice in the back of your head.
Kill him. Kill the paladin. Squeak.
So, hold on 1 second. I am going to cast a suggestion on him. I'm gonna say just say something along the lines of.
Does that work on elves?
Oh wait.
You can't charm.
No, they have
advantage.
They have
on
resistance,
advantage.
yeah, so they have
They
advantage.
can't be put to sleep magically.
Right,
They have
right.
advantage.
Must make a wisdom saving throw on a failed save pursues course action described.
What's your DC?
DC is 15.
Yeah, you do not make that save.
All
Or
right,
you do not make that spell work.
All right. Well, let's see. Just give me a second. Let me read the thing real quick. Just so on a failed save, okay.
I know you cast it, right?
That's what I'm trying to see. On a successful save, what happens?
Well, the spell works.
No. On a successful save, it fails because they have to make a save.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It doesn't say that if it
Okay.
fails. But what I would say is like, it might be hard to find someone who will pay a good price for that. Would you prefer something a little more solid? And I pull out my little, I pull out my bag of coins that I have.
Well,
I'll give you 100 gold for it right now.
it's not enough. As I said, this will more than pay for the boat.
That little trinket?
Aye. Rare. Dug up from a site, he said.
You can find pottery from a site.
Aye, you can. But you can't find this very often. The only reference to the old Black Spire. That old sea dog's tale. I could make plenty of money off of any captain I wanted. He'd put that up in his quarters and keep it and tell his stories all night.
Sorry, 1 second. Let me make sure I mark that I use that spell slot.
Fernando, you weren't. So you were he gave you knowledge about something I need you to make a roll on. Give me a history check.
Okay. Which dice is going to be rolled today? We're going to both. And it fails me. Great. It's
What'd you roll?
On the
5
thing-
plus.
On the history, you said?
Yeah,
It's a 5.
it's a 5.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, in this case, it's a little higher than that, given the specifics. Because this is straight up sailor talk stuff. This is like not dirty language. This is straight up sailor stories. You know this crap. This is your life. So just like a dwarf has advantage on like that kind of stuff, give me one more roll. I hope it's more than 5.
18.
Yeah. Okay. So this is definitely your place. When he said something, because you said that he decided. Did you specifically say Black Spire to him at all?
Yes, I did.
That's what I thought. So that would trigger, even if it didn't trigger immediately. It would trigger for you to be like, wait a minute. I know why he's
doesn't exist.
No, you're like, I know why he's going out into the ocean. Okay, there's old tales about when people see this thing that it's doom. People all like every ship that's ever like any sailors who have ever survived it, like come back and tell the tale that their entire ship was capsized when they find this thing.
It's a good thing we don't know about.
Good thing
you're not a ship.
It's like no survivors, eh? Where's
No
all the
survivors. Where'd all the stories come from? Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We already find out about a Black Spire? Like the thing the Yagamoth are building?
There's a black tower.
No, that's different. That's not the same thing.
I know. But like,
And why are the evil things
This one
always
is in the
black?
water, obviously.
Right.
Why can't we have a white evil thing?
'Kay. So that's information for you. You've got this, and he tells you, he's like, it's worth way more than that.
Well, then I'm like, all right, then. How about 5 gold for the stories?
For the stories. I can give you those.
hand over the 5 gold.
Okay, yeah, I pay him.
Come have a sit down and drink with me.
Okay.
He takes you over into a little shack.
But
Don't
what's
pay him
his
until he
name?
gives it to you first. Just keep it on the table and just. He's like,
Oh,
nope,
it's-
it's not worth it.
I paid him for a story. He's a sailor dog. He's gonna tell the story.
Oh, dude, he loves telling stories. You kidding me?
Yeah, he'd probably tell him for free, but I want this guy to be to see me favorably.
Regales.
Regales. I'm like, recant is not the right
I
word.
have that.
Yeah. He regales you with the stories of
Make it perform.
the Black Spire. So people talk about it being in the far out in the East Sea, just beyond the storm.
Okay.
Just beyond the Great Storm.
Okay.
Yeah, that kid's toast if he's going for a great storm.
And
On the Great Storm. What is the Great Storm? Would that'd be something I'd know, right?
Or at
Wouldn't
least
that
that,
be
You
common
may-
knowledge?
or if you
Mm-mm.
don't know it, it's something that you'd probably certainly ask.
Wasn't that the dragon?
Mhm.
Where were we
it's similar. So when you guys were out on the coastline, there was really nasty storming, right?
Mhm.
He explains. He's like, "Aye, they say out there in the ocean, there stands some form of rock, an island, possibly a structure. Not exactly sure, as clouds swirl about it, and storms rage from it. Sailors keep themselves clear of it, but should they go farther east, those who attempt to sail around the backside of the world, they've often told stories of a dark spire out in the distance."
So, I'm sorry. There's an island where
So this is out to the East Sea.
sea beyond the Great Storm. There's
When you asked what the Great Storm was,
yeah.
he's explaining. We're not sure if it's an island or some sort of structure, but it seems that clouds and such, the storm swirls about it, and everyone kind of steers clear of it because it's so dangerous.
Okay.
But when they do, once they get beyond it, they often say that they can see a dark spire out in the middle of the ocean. Any sailor who dared get near to find out what it might be never comes back with his boat. Only very few have ever survived that experience. Lucky, just picked up by other boats far enough out that they don't get trapped and caught in that situation as well.
Hey, Bjorn, do you see that storm?
Do we see any storm?
No.
Oh no,
No, it's way too far.
it's
out for
too
us.
far out.
There's no way he could have gotten that far though in the amount of time.
12 hours?
No.
No.
No, 12 hours on a dinghy that won't get you
Yeah.
far at all.
No.
Your top speed is probably like 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're not getting that far out.
Whoa.
But you guys,
You right?
Yeah, okay. It just happens.
oh, you gotta bloody
Especially since I've been kind of sick over the past while.
dry
Air.
air, man, dry air.
It's kind of a mixture of that and everything else. So I'm fine. This is fine.
This is fine. We're fine. I'm fine. Everything's okay. All right. Yeah. So he shares those tales with you, and now you have some idea of where he's headed off to if he's going to look for this thing.
So I'm gonna try one more thing to get that brick from that
The obelisk.
from him. So I'm gonna try using my words of terror.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna talk like, wow, like this spire seems like it's terribly bad luck. Like I'm gonna start talking like maybe this guy didn't do you any favors paying you with that thing. If it brings the luck on you down like the actual spire does.
And the words of terror, I have to make a save, right?
It does, but it specifically says that if you succeed on the save, you do not know that I was using it.
Right. Is a wisdom save again?
It is another wisdom saving throw. Again, DC 15.
But this isn't a charm, so.
This is not a charm, no.
Well, he pulls it out and kind of just takes a look, spinning it back and forth. You might be right. Not exactly. There may be not any captain that would be very fond of having some bad juju on their ship. It could be taken that way.
And I'm like, if 100 gold is too low for you, what would you take for it?
12.
1,200?
Aye.
I think I can make that happen. Get this mess out of here. Be easier if it was for 1,000, but
I'll give it to you for 1,000.
you have a deal.
Here you go.
I take it and I make sure I write out a thing that's like, you can find me here, and I'll get that money to you. And I'm like, and I give him something. Let's see, I can give him. No, I've got a trinket that I got in character creation. It's a set of Fae made dice, basically. I'm like, I'll give these to Houndstooth for collateral. There.
No. I need something far more important than that. You give me that fancy little leafy cloak of yours.
And the naked elf comes back again.
I have other clothes besides.
Yeah, he doesn't just...
I'm not a flasher, Josh.
No wonder he keeps that cloak buttoned up all the time.
That's fair. And I hand him I give him the cloak until I can pay for the...
Okay. It's like, good on ya. As you're leaving, he's like, flips it on. He's like, this is a good fit.
I know I just need to talk to our treasurer and give 1,000 gold.
If he knew you better, he would realize he just traded one bad omen for another.
Well, plus, not to mention the terror I will rain on him if he gets rid of him.
Yeah, I know. All right, cool. So you got that information.
And the obelisk.
You're headed over to the Five Rings to catch up with your group there. You guys understand what's going on, and he has let you go.
Mm-hmm.
So as you have been let go, are you guys just going to leave the Five Rings? No.
I have to be here anyway, so I'm probably going to do other stuff before we
Okay.
leave.
So before you guys leave, Caleb is asking to be able to do some other things and speak with some of the Five Rings. Are you guys okay with that, or are you just leaving him to his ends?
Say we leave him.
Yeah, leave him.
Okay, so Caleb, you're sticking to talk.
Yep, I
Party
guess so.
unity!
Let's see, where's
So far, we've been okay.
Caleb's like, we're staying here.
Honestly,
Get me mints. He's
honestly,
like,
it's
yeah, leave
fine. We get stuff done, regardless of if we're necessarily always like, oh yeah, we got your back, bud. We get stuff done, and nobody's died yet, so
It's
you know,
true.
I call it a win.
So we have got that. We've got that all set up. You guys, as you're leaving, Fernando is like nearing the gates, and you can see him coming there. So you guys meet up. He's going to give you the information that he got. Rama is going to go flying, and he starts circling over the Five Rings.
Open a window.
All of a sudden, you see an arrow. No, just kidding. That would be horrible.
And then suddenly,
I've still got one more use with the summoning stuff.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. They're not gonna kill Rama. So he's circling over the Five Rings. You guys get your information. You guys have some information, like what's going on.
2 hours, we saw a dude looking at us in a wreckage. Other than that, nothing.
Other than that, nothing, because you just didn't have this. You didn't have the space of time to get out that far.
Right.
Still, I mean, you guys got a distance out. You probably got about 5-10 miles out there, because you can tread pretty fast through the water.
Yeah,
Normal movement speed of
40 feet
Yeah.
for 6 seconds if I'm not dashing, which would double it,
Yeah.
which is good clip.
If we wanted to, I was gonna say, if we want to do the math, I could really get into it, but I think
Yeah, but
doing searching on top of that, you're not going to be going at, like, you probably technically could go further.
yeah,
'Cause,
I
like,
could go one direction, go really fast that way. It's just We're not going to.
Well,
Right.
I assume because if we're going east, we would be checking the shore and then also seeing where the tide is, because that's if he doesn't know what he's doing, that's where he's.
Yeah,
gonna
the
go.
tide's taking him wherever the crap he's going.
So I assume we'd mostly follow the tide, if anything.
Yeah.
So, you guys, you didn't find anything, but there was an odd creature that was checking you guys out. Something to pay attention to. And, at this point, we've got a decent little setup going on for what is to come. Now, before we leave, to those, if there are viewers, because I know it's been a while since we've been back. Hey!
Maxed at 6.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
very nice.
Chat's been pretty quiet though.
Chat has been quiet.
That's okay. But thank you for coming back and being here with us. We do need to let you know we have had schedule changes and stuff due to school, work, and just life in general, which might it's going to put some things on hold probably for a little bit. But it also means it opens us up for some other options. We'd still like to be able to keep the channel running. We've discussed the option of doing one shots for a little while.
Yeah, so there are possibilities. We are still talking them over. Nothing's set. But there will probably be one shots ran, maybe at different systems, different worlds. There is going to just be random gaming streams back.
Right.
Nothing. So there's no set schedule except yet. So keep an eye on social medias, the Discord, which are all seen below or in the end slate of the podcast.
But with this main story that we've been running, we may have to put a hold on it for a little while. We're gonna have to check. I know for Tay, this is the last good Tuesday for him. Everybody else, we're okay on Tuesdays.
I can make
good on Tuesday.
most
No,
days
no, no, no.
except for
I think
Thursday
this is
and
something to
Friday
do
work.
after.
Because
I think this is just something
Yeah.
for us to do after.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry guys. Yeah, I apologize. Anyways, just letting you guys know that there are some things that may be changing. We will keep you updated so you know what's going on. Other than that, thank you so much for being here. We love having you. Share and like and share with your friends so that we can keep growing this and make something of it. We have all the links down below.
Yeah, below here. It's nice. It literally is right below me, so I can point to. You have the Facebook, the Discord, and the YouTube,
Awesome.
and then just the podcast is also out there. I'm slowly getting them done, but my computer is dying on me at the moment. So.
That's okay. The ones that are done are really good quality. Enjoy listening to them for what we have there. Other than that, guys, have a wonderful night, and we will see you guys back. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Peace.